Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Dr. Sajjad's Academy. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe and do not forget to hit the bell icon to get the notifications on my latest videos. In my previous videos, I have started with the hire purchase system, and I had explained very well what hire purchase system is, like the meaning of hire purchase system, then who is hire purchaser, who is hire vendor, then the differences between hire purchase system and the installment system, difference between hire purchase and sale. Then I had taken one problem and we could calculate out of that given information the interest and the principal amount. And then I had taken one more method, that is full cash price method, for passing journal entry in the books of hire purchaser. So today I am going to take up one more method which is called as asset accrual method. So how do we record the transactions or the journal entries under this method in the books of hire purchaser? So let us first understand what asset accrual method is. This asset accrual method, it is a method under which the asset account is debited initially with the down payment. If any down payment is made, so we have to debit the asset account by the equal amount. Each subsequent installment later on is divided into two parts. When later on we are making any kind of installment, that is divided into two parts under this asset accrual method. One part is representing the portion of the purchase price, which is also called as cash price, and the other part is representing the interest on the balance amount, right, which is due. Later on the asset is debited with the purchase price paid in each installment. That is what is the asset accrual method. So let us now understand how we are going to pass the journal entries in the books of hire purchaser under this asset accrual method. In this, the first one is when the cash down payment or advance becomes due. So here if we talk about two assets we are going to get affected. The one is asset account and the other is vendors account. We have to debit here the asset account with the full advance amount and credit then vendors account. So here the journal entry will be debit asset account and credit vendors account. This is the first transaction here under the asset accrual method. Then we have the second one, when the cash down payment or advance is made. So that time here when the cash down payment or the advance is paid. So at this juncture two accounts are going to get again affected. One is vendors account and the other one is cash or bank account. Fine. So here the vendors account will be debited with the advance amount which is paid by the hire purchaser. Fine. So vendors account will get debited and cash or bank account is going to get credited, and vendors account will get debited with the advance amount which is paid. Then we have one more transaction here when the installment becomes due. So here we have three accounts which are going to get affected, three types of accounts. First of all, the first account is the asset account, then the second account is the interest account, and the third account is vendors account. Because here when the installment becomes due, first installment, some cash down payment is made and there is some cash balance. On that cash balance interest has to be paid, right, and hence interest account will be affected. So here when we talk about what would be the effect when the first installment becomes due, this would be the effect, that is asset account will get debited, interest account will get debited, and vendors account will get credited. First one, the asset account with the principal amount then the interest account is going to get with the interest amount, it is going to get debited, and vendor's account with the total amount of the installment, right? Then we have the fourth one, that is when the installment is paid. Here two accounts are going to get affected. One is cash or bank account as usual, then the other one is vendor's account. So here the vendor's account is going to get debited and cash or bank account is going to get credited with the installment amount which is paid by the hire purchaser. Fine. So the effect will be like this: journal entry, vendor's account debit to cash or bank account. Then we have one more here, for providing depreciation on the asset. If any depreciation percentage is given in the problem, what should be the journal entry for that? Fine. Here we have two accounts which are going to get affected. One is as usual, this is the depreciation account, and the other one is asset account. Here depreciation account is going to get debited and the asset account is going to get credited, right? Then we have the last one here, which is, so this is the transaction for this, that's depreciation account debit to asset account. Then when interest and depreciation is transferred, here we have three accounts which are going to get affected. One is interest account, other one is depreciation account, and one more is profit and loss account, right? So here if we talk about the effect, it would be profit and loss account debit, profit and loss account debit, credit interest account, and credit depreciation account. So why we are doing all this? It is to close interest and depreciation account. Fine. So this is how we can make the journal entries in the books of hire purchaser under asset accrual method. Thank you so much for watching this video.